Dear students, in this video, we will discuss about the chemical properties of alcohols. Alcohols undergo chemical reactions to give a variety of organic compounds like aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, esters, ethers, etc. Chemical reactions of alcohols may involve the cleavage of OH bond, or in some reactions it may involve the cleavage of the CO bond. So let's discuss about the chemical properties of alcohols. First, let's see about the reactions involving the cleavage of OH bond. Alcohols are weakly acidic. Now this can be shown by the fact that alcohols react with active metals like sodium, potassium, aluminium, etc. to form alkoxides. Here you can see that ROH, an alcohol reacting with the sodium to form RONA. It is sodium alkoxide plus half H2. Since alcohols has an acidic nature, they are reacting with active metals like sodium, potassium, etc. to form sodium alkoxides. For example, ethanol CH3CH2OH react with sodium to form sodium ethoxide. Now, why alcohols show acidic nature? It is due to the polar nature of the OH bond. You know that oxygen is electronegative and hydrogen is slightly electropositive. So this bond, OH bond, becomes polar. But alcohols are very weak acids because attached to the oxygen is an alkyl group, which is an electron releasing group. So this electron releasing group increases the electron density on the oxygen by plus I effect, that is a positive inductive effect. So when there is a high electron density on the oxygen, the hydrogen atom will be more tightly bound to the oxygen atom, and hence the proton release becomes difficult. A compound behaves as a good acid if it can easily release the proton. But here, since there is more electron density on the oxygen atom, the hydrogen atom is strongly bound to it and the proton release will be difficult. So this decreases the acid strength, and that's why alcohols are very weak acids due to the presence of electron releasing alkyl groups. Now, the greater the number of electron releasing alkyl groups, the greater will be the plus I effect, and hence lower will be the acidic character. The greater the number of electron releasing groups will decrease the polarity of the OH bond. So we can say that a primary alcohol which has the least number of alkyl groups will be more acidic than a secondary alcohol, which will be more acidic than a tertiary alcohol. So a primary alcohol will be the most acidic and the least acidic will be a tertiary alcohol. So we can say that the acidic strength of ethyl alcohol is greater than isopropyl alcohol, which is greater than tertiary butyl alcohol. Now when we compare with the acidity of water, the acidity of alcohols is even less than that of water, because water is a better proton donor when compared to alcohols, and that is shown in this reaction. That is an alkoxide ion reacting with water to form ROH, which is the conjugate acid, and OH minus, the conjugate base. So this reaction shows that water is a better proton donor. It easily donates this proton to form its conjugate acid ROH. And also the alkoxide ion RO is a better proton acceptor. Or sodium ethoxide or alkoxide ion is a stronger base than the hydroxide ion. Since water is a better proton donor than alcohols, the acidity of alcohols is slightly less than that of water. The next reaction is the formation of esters. Alcohols can react with carboxylic acids in the presence of acid catalyst to form esters. And this reaction is called esterification reaction, and this is a reversible reaction. RCOOH, carboxylic acid, when react with R dash OH, an alcohol in presence of an acid catalyst like sulfuric acid to form RCOOR dash, an ester, plus water. For example, acetic acid. Acetic acid when treated with ethanol in presence of an acid catalyst form ethyl acetate, an ester, CH3COOC2H5, ethyl acetate, and water. And usually this reaction is carried out in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. So the presence of such a concentrated acid will ensure the removal of water formed and shift the equilibrium to the right. That is, it will favor the formation of the products. Next reaction is also the formation of esters by reacting with acid chlorides and acid anhydrides. Alcohols react with acid chlorides in the presence of a base like pyridine to form esters. Reacting with acid chlorides in presence of a base is called acylation reaction. RCOCl, an acid chloride, plus R-OH in presence of pyridine give RCOOR-, an ester, plus HCl. For example, acetyl chloride CH3COCl plus ethanol in presence of pyridine give ethyl acetate CH3COOC2H5 plus HCl. Now, if alcohols are treated with acid anhydrides, then also we will get an ester, but instead of base, we use concentrated acids. It is catalyzed by acids. For example, acetic anhydride CH3CO the whole twice O plus C2H5OH ethanol will give again an ester, ethyl acetate plus acetic acid. Now next we will see about the reactions involving the cleavage of CO bond. First is the action with halogen acids. Alcohols can react with halogen acids. Halogen acids means HCl, HBr, HI, etc. to yield the corresponding haloalkanes or alkyl halides. ROH, an alcohol plus HX, where X can be chlorine, bromine or iodine, giving RX, it's an alkyl halide or haloalkane plus H2O. And for a given alcohol, the reactivity of HX is in the order HCl less than HBr less than HI. And if we are using HCl, this reaction is carried out in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride. For example, CH3CH2OH ethanol plus HCl in presence of anhydrous zinc chloride give ethyl chloride CH3CH2Cl plus H2. And for a given halogen acid, the tertiary alcohols react faster, followed by secondary, and the least reactive is the primary alcohols. Next is action with phosphorus halides. It can be PCl3, PCl5, PBr3, PI3, etc. The alcohol when treated with PCl5, again you will get an alkyl halide CH3CH2Cl, ethyl chloride, plus POCl3 plus HCl. And if it is a PBr3, then the corresponding product will be an alkyl bromide. If it is PI3, then the corresponding product will be alkyl iodide. And next is action with thionyl chloride. Here also alcohols are converted to corresponding alkyl chlorides when heated with thionyl chloride in presence of pyridine. For example, ethanol when treated with thionyl chloride SOCl2 in presence of pyridine, we will get ethyl chloride CH3CH2Cl plus SO2 plus HCl. The next reaction is the dehydration of alcohols. Alcohols undergo dehydration. Dehydration means removal of a molecule of water when heated with concentrated sulfuric acid or phosphoric acid and form alkenes. For example, CH3CH2OH ethanol when heated with concentrated sulfuric acid 95% H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin forms ethene CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2O. Here you can see that a molecule of water is lost. And this is a 1,2 elimination reaction. 1,2 elimination reaction means OH from one carbon and a hydrogen atom from the adjacent carbon are removed together as H2O and forms an alkene. And that's why this is known as a 1,2 elimination reaction. And the relative ease of dehydration is in the order tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. So secondary and tertiary alcohols are dehydrated under milder conditions, whereas strong conditions are required to dehydrate a primary alcohol. Alcohols can also undergo dehydration to form alkenes when heated with a catalyst like anhydrous zinc chloride or alumina, Al2O3. Next is the oxidation reactions. Different types of alcohols undergo oxidation reactions to give different types of products. First, consider the oxidation of primary alcohols. Primary alcohols are usually oxidized to aldehydes or carboxylic acids, and that depends on the reagent used. That is, it depends on the oxidizing agent that we use. For example, propanol CH3, CH2, CH2OH when oxidized with KMnO4 in basic medium or H2CrO4, chromic acid. It is initially oxidized to the corresponding aldehyde, that is CH3, CH2, CHO. But that will be further oxidized to propanoic acid, CH3, CH2, COOH. And this will contain the same number of carbon atoms as the original alcohol. Now if we use PCC, that is pyridinium chlorochromate, this is an excellent reagent for the limited oxidation of primary alcohols. Limited oxidation means when we use this reagent pyridinium chlorochromate, alcohols are oxidized to aldehydes. No further oxidation will take place. The reagent that we use for limited oxidation of alcohols is pyridinium chlorochromate. Here you can see that propanol, when treated with PCC in an anhydrous solvent like CH2Cl2, it oxidizes primary alcohol to aldehydes. Propanol is formed, CH3CH2CHO. A useful feature of PCC is that it is selective for the oxidation of primary alcohols to form aldehydes. And also, it does not affect any double bonds in the alcohols or other easily oxidized functional groups. That is, PCC does not attack any double bonds. It only attacks the CO bond and forms the corresponding aldehyde. Next is the oxidation of secondary alcohols. Here also, if we use strong oxidizing agents like alkaline KMnO4 or acidic KMnO4 or chromic acid, secondary alcohols undergo oxidation to form ketones, which will be further oxidized to acids. Here, further oxidation results in a mixture of carboxylic acids containing less number of carbon atoms than the original alcohol. 2-propanol, when treated with acidic KMnO4 or chromic acid, first form a ketone acetone, which on further oxidation will result in acetic acid and formic acid. If you are using John's reagent is a solution of chromic acid in aqueous sulfuric acid. Okay. So if you are using John's reagent, then we will get ketones in excellent yields. For example, cyclohexanol, when treated with John's reagent at a controlled temperature, will get oxidized to cyclohexanol. So limited oxidation of secondary alcohols gives ketones. There are several oxidizing agents used for limited oxidation. The one is pyridinium chlorochromate, which we saw in the previous slide, also known as PCC. The other one is John's reagent and another one is Collins reagent. Collins reagent is a complex of chromium oxide CrO3 with pyridine in solvent dichloromethane CH2Cl2. So these are some reagents used for limited oxidation of alcohols. A primary alcohol will result in a aldehyde and a secondary alcohol will result in a ketone. Now what about the oxidation of tertiary alcohols? Tertiary alcohols do not undergo oxidation under normal conditions. For example, third butyl alcohol when treated with chromic acid will not undergo any reaction. But if we apply strong conditions or much stronger oxidizing agents, a tertiary butyl alcohol may undergo oxidation at high temperatures to form an alkene. Here 2-methylpropene is formed. And if this is subjected to further oxidation, it will result in a ketone and an acid. Here 2-methylpropene is further oxidized to form acetone and formic acid. Both will contain lesser number of carbon atoms than the original alcohol. So here we have seen that primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols respond differently to various oxidizing agents yielding different products like aldehydes, ketones, acids, etc. So oxidation reaction is a very good test to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Next is catalytic dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation means removal of a hydrogen from the molecule. An alcohol, for example, here propanol CH3, CH2, CH2OH. When we pass the vapors of alcohol over heated copper at 573 Kelvin, will cause the dehydrogenation, that is removal of hydrogen, to form an aldehyde CH3, CH2, CHO plus H2. Now, if a secondary alcohol is subjected to catalytic dehydrogenation, here CH3, CHOH, CH3, it is a propan-2-ol, that will result in a ketone CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Propanol is formed. At the same time, when we pass the vapors of a tertiary alcohol over heated copper at 573 Kelvin, instead of a dehydrogenation, dehydration occurs, that is removal of water molecule occurs to form an alkene. Here 2-methylpropene is formed. So here when 2-methylpropan-2-ol is subjected to catalytic dehydrogenation, instead of dehydrogenation, dehydration occurs to form 2-methylpropene. So this reaction, that is catalytic dehydrogenation, will also allow distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Tertiary alcohols do not undergo dehydrogenation, rather they undergo dehydration under these conditions, whereas primary and secondary alcohols undergo dehydrogenation to form aldehydes and ketones respectively. So today we have discussed some chemical reactions of alcohols, about the acidic nature of the alcohols and reactions involving the cleavage of OH bond and the cleavage of CO bond.